I used to hang out in Coney Island. In those days when you're a 10-year-old boy can get on the subway and go anywhere in the city and his mother wouldn't worry about him. My cousin and I used to go to Coney Island every Saturday. And I went to a sideshow and I saw a guy called the Great Thornton. It was a great name. And he did a trick where he had a bottle on one side of the table and a glass on the other, and he made them change places under a tube. And I watched it a couple of times and I finally said, I think I know how that works. So I went home and I tried to do this, and I learned how to do it that way. So I was very thrilled. Then a magician came to our school, and the school magicians are really great all over the country today. People don't appreciate how many magicians they created. And this guy took a fishing pole, threw it into the audience, and a fish appeared at the other end. And he put it into a bowl and it swam. It took me 40 years to learn that trick. I really studied it. And I couldn't do it now. I mean, I wouldn't. But anyway, so then I got the bug. And you have Christmas presents, we get Hanukkah presents in our house. My mother got me a magic set. And that was the end of it. When I was in high school, I got my first real paid job. One of my teachers booked me. He belonged to a group called the JCH, the Jewish Community House on Bay Parkway in Brooklyn. And on Saturday, he gave me $1 to perform, and I performed my trick. And that was my first paid show. And I don't have that $1, but I've gotten more than $1 after that. I was up to $2 and $3 after that. Big time. There are people who go to close-up magic. There's a fellow in New York, Eric DeCamps, who you met at the table. He does close-up magic, remarkable. He's expanded now to be able to do it in a stage for setting, which is even better. He doesn't do big illusions, but he does remarkable hand magic, and his persona, again, is very warm and gentle. It's not so much the trick he's doing, but it's the whole combination. And then there are the comedy magicians. You see, comedy clubs, they hate magicians. They get more laughs than the comics. But a lot of good magicians started in comedy clubs. And then, of course, you got the big style, the Vegas magicians. The best comedian, in my point of view, is a guy named Mac King out in Las Vegas. One of the funny guys in magic who does good magic, not just being funny. He went to school with a guy called Lance Burton, who was the biggest star in Vegas today. He's got his own magic show there. But he does bigger stuff, illusions, birds, and stuff like that. I like comedy because it's easier for me to perform. And you can see, I like to talk. If I had to shut up, I'd die. Houdini was great in what he did, in what his time period was. You've got to figure Houdini was around in the 1920s. He took magic to a level, you go ask anybody the name of a magician, the only one they can remember is Houdini. He was the greatest publicist I've ever heard of. As far as I was concerned, that was his big forte. He took a simple magic trick and he made a whole career out of it. The escape trick. Basically, it's a penetration. You release your hands from bonds. But he made the escape. It became a whole venue of magic. And he made it very popular. He performed for thousands and thousands of people without television. If Houdini was going to get out of a milk can covered with water, and he was going to do it in 2 minutes, and it ran to 30 minutes, you figure he's going to die. People waited. They were rooting for him to come out of there. At the same time, they're saying, maybe he won't. And that's, unfortunately, today's kids, they're hoping you won't make it. David Blaine's a very cute kid, nice kid. He does some very nice magic. He did something wonderful for magicians. He put close-up magic on the streets on television. The tricks he did, every one of us can do it. But he put it out for us so that all the people say, hey, can you do that trick where you push a cigarette through a quarter? Sure, I can do it. So he made us all very, very popular. The ones who say we don't like the kid are the ones who never made it. You try not to. Usually, if he's one of the members that comes to our magician's table, we recognize him because he's looking around to see what it is, what's happening. And as soon as he sees a trick, he comes to it. And if you ask him to do a trick, you're finished.